Okay, I'm in the Orage. The map is Atlantic, and it's domination mode. Silver rank sprints. We're up against the Soyuz, Duncan, a Brandenburg, an Alazuma, a Black, and a Jaeger. The Jaeger outspots me considerably, and the Black has radar and smoke. Okay, a few reasons to be concerned. I mean, what we've got here essentially is a torpedo boat with Marceau guns, and yeah, the 127mm. She isn't too terrible. I quite like her. She's sits quite well in the tier 9 bracket, I would say. Okay, 45 knots, 46 knots top speed with this speed booster on. And I can see the Black, who is our slowest destroyer. As you can see, does what, 36.8 knots? Okay. I'm going to humor him on this occasion. I don't really see the need of completely messing up the team's strategy by both of us going to sea. I don't see the value in 2 destroyers at sea, particularly. I think it's a good idea usually to split your destroyers so that you can cover the map and give your team the data they require, the intel data they require. So we're just going to cap A. Okay, I'm not going to move across to have a look through the gap. We still have no idea where the enemy DDs are. We've got a pretty good idea where 3 of their ships are, but I've no idea where the Black and the Jaeger is. Their Soyuz and their Brandenburg are going to sea. And their Alazuma and Black have gone sea, so their Black has gone sea as well. So there's a pretty good chance I'm going to encounter the Jaeger. Now I might outgun him, but I don't outspot him. And those are Jaeger torps coming through the gap as we speak. Our Black just took out their Black, which is good. Looks like I made the right choice not going to sea in the end, because they sent a Black that way, so it's just the way it turned out. Going to sit on the corner and wait for the Duncan. Now, if the Duncan's got his speed boost on, he's more than capable of doing about 40 knots in a battleship. And I wish I was joking. So, I'm giving the corner a healthy bit of respect. Oh, hello. 2 torpedo hits. Possibly on the Brandenburg. Yeah, it looks like I hit the Brandenburg with those. Okay. There's the Duncan. And I was right to give it a little bit of space, because if I'd gone and hugged the gap, the corner, I'd have been lit. And talking of lit, looks like the Jaeger has found me. So I'm guessing the Jaeger's pushed through the gap.
Chef.
Now, if the Jaeger wants to, he can push into A. If you ever find yourself in a situation where there's 4 enemy ships against 3 of your own, the best thing to do is to adopt a defensive strategy. Which is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm playing defense. I'm going to try and light torps with the Iparanga. Got a hit on the Duncan. That was nice. 16k damage. I think that was within the 7 kilometer window, because I believe the Duncan has torpedo protection of around the 40% mark. 30-40%. There's the Jaeger. An opportunity here maybe to take him out, and yeah, the Almente got him, and unfortunately we just lost our Pommern to the Duncan. Okay, but it's now 2v2 and they still haven't capped A. Gives us a significant lead on the points. We're about 300, well, almost 300 points ahead of the Team Red, which is great. This allows us to keep pressure on. Okay, what's he doing? He's slowing down, turning. Total guess on my part. I suspect he's going to swing into A, along with his mate in the Soviet Soyuz. How quickly he does that, though, remains to be seen. But I don't expect anything from that set of talks. So we're just going to ghost the Duncan for now. Okay, Azuma just took out our Jean Bart. Huh. Those talks were looking good, but he changed his mind at the last second and changed course. So they've just narrowly missed his bow. Of course. Of course. Okay, our black has stolen B, but left himself a little too exposed to the Al Azuma. So we'll see if he gets away with it. It's a pretty bold move. Okay, talks look good for the Soviet Soyuz. Oh yeah, looks like all 3 are gonna hit. Yep. Okay. That just leaves a Duncan to be dealt with, and the Al Azuma. Okay, putting some fire down on the Duncan, and down he goes. Okay, just the Azuma to deal with. Unfortunately, they got the black between them. The black ended up in an Al Azuma Duncan sandwich, and there wasn't really a lot we could do to stop that. But we have 2 caps and 3 ships, and they're down to just the 1. So it's looking very much like we're going to get a win. And I very much felt like a casual observer in this battle. I must admit, this is a warm-up match, and I have only taken the Orage out a couple of times just to see how she feels. I'm not too confident with the ship yet. But we'll do another one after this, and I'll try and put her through her paces a little bit more, take a few more risks. Because it's been a pretty risk-free experience, that's for sure. Okay, the Azuma got our Iparanga. But down he goes. The Iparanga burned him to death. Okay. Good game. Okay. 250,000 credits, 75k damage down, 4 torpedo hits, 3 floodings, 1 destroyed ship. Alright. Have a look at the team scores. Yeah, about middle of the pack. Kind of where I expected to be, if I'm honest. Gonna compliment the Iparanga. And of course the Alazuma. Yeah, he only had 8k left. That was unfortunate. I think 3 torpedoes into the side of him would have easily taken at least half his health pool if he had one. Okay. Credits, 20% booster on, 143,000 credits. Right, let's go again. Okay, this time we're at fault line. It's domination mode as usual. No arms race for me. Don't think I've ever seen an arms race on fault line, if I'm honest. It's how do I put this? I always feel a little claustrophobic on this map. I think anything 6 kilometers or more on detect is challenging. If you know what I mean. Okay, we got a Z-46, so smoking hydro German destroyer there, which is a very strong boat to use in rank. If you've got this premium, then I won't stop you. Their team's got one of those. They've also got a Minigumo, a Duncan, a Pommern, an Illinois, and a Kaga. Yes, unfortunately, it's a CV match. And our AA is adequate. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's adequate. I'll show you exactly how good this AA is. I'm not going to turn it off. I'm going to just have a go at these rocket planes. Or not. Okay. Hey, we shot a couple of planes down. Go us. And we only took 220 damage. God. Now, looking at the arrangement of ships coming down the map and what my fleet are doing, I can see that I'm going to be completely unsupported at sea except for our carrier. And although I'd love to trust our carrier as much as possible, I've never played with this guy before in my life, so I'm going to assume that he's semi-competent. Not some kind of CV pro. So I'm moving away from sea. I've given up on sea. Plus, I think the enemy Kaga, it has definitely got sea in his sights at the moment. As you can see, he's just lit me with those torpedo bombers. Might as well try and shoot a few down, I guess. He's looking for our CV, I guess, by the look of that pattern. And of course, he's put a spotter up at sea, so I'm really out of position right now. But I can't think of a better destroyer to be out of position in right now either, because I can just hit my speed boost and get up to about 46 knots and reposition, which is exactly what I'm up to right now. I'm going to go help our Z46 out with B. If I don't run aground first, of course. Okay, so there's their Z46. I want to stay dark, because I don't really know the situation. I've noticed on the minimap a Minigumo's coming into B. That's interesting. And he's smoked up. Probably because our carriers put a spotter plane right over his head. Planes. Okay, some Minigumo torps coming across the cap there. He was probably going for the Rupert with those, or possibly even the Awami. Okay, I've got an Illinois to my north, along with their Duncan, and they've got a Pommern just on the other side of the C cap there. We just lost our John Bart. I'm hoping the Minigumo is going to make a mistake, so I'm just waiting for him to do just that. Z46 is running. Okay. I'd like to have fired on the Z46, but the Minigumo doesn't know I'm here. He probably thinks that the RPF's the Rupert, because I think he's running RPF by the look of it. See if we can hook him up this way. Yeah. Yeah, looks like he's gone long. There's the Illinois. Uh-huh. I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try and bait the Illinois into making a mistake. Let's see if we can get ourselves lit. He's having a peek. He can see me. You going to fire at me? Yeah. Yeah, he took the bait. Okay, that's good. Ouch. Hit me pretty hard there. Almost 4K. He took the bait. Oh my goodness. Those French DD torps hit hard, don't they? I hit him with 4 of those bad boys and did 53,000 damage. Okay. I love it when they take the bait. Was it worth losing 4K health over? Hell yeah. Oh, most definitely. Okay, so now I'm going to move back into the center of this island, and I'm going to hang around for the Duncan. Okay, more cargo planes lighting me for their Pommern, who's on the wrong side of an island and looking very low health. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, this is a close game. This is a really close game. So we got a battleship and 2 destroyers, and they've got a cargo, a battleship, and a destroyer. They, of course, completely took out our craft Zeppelin, although he has retaliated by sinking their Pommern. Blimey. Where did those come from? Okay, so we've got a Minigumo over at A. But I really wanted to torpedo this Duncan. Can we just... Okay, those are gonna miss. Phew. Can we just drop those there? Yeah. Okay, let's go find that Minigumo. Okay, down he goes. 2 hits on the Duncan. Another 30k damage. And now we're going into the smoke to see if we can find the Minigumo. I know you're in there. I mean, you're still on cap. There he is. There he is. Okay. Alright. Getting some good damage on this guy. Oh. Gonna use the speed boost to avoid these. Uh-huh. Gotta love that speed boost, right? Okay, and the Z46 stole the frag. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. As long as we win this match, I don't care. So we've got 2 destroyers up against a cargo. And, oh god, the Z46 is on fire. He's going, isn't he? Don't leave me alone with a CV. Please don't. I will avenge you. Yeah. So we just lost our Z46. And it's an Orage versus a cargo. I pretty much think if it was any other ship, I'd probably just try and maintain 2 cap. But because it's a CV and because he's going to hunt me with his planes, I feel like I'm just going to have to go find him and sink him. Unless he, of course, destroys me with his planes before I get to do so. It's given me a pretty good idea of where he is with his last location anyway. I'm just going to try and make myself a little less predictable. Nah, he spotted me. He spotted me. Okay. It's on. Oh boy, is it on. Just going to try and jink those. And he still gets a fire and a couple of K. Okay, fine. Right. Where are you? Okay, by the direction of those planes, I reckon he's at F9. So we're going to head on over to F9. A shot plane down, couple of planes down. Lots of planes. Okay, cool. Like I said earlier, though, the AA value on this ship is adequate. It's around the 60 mark, and it's not too terrible. You will shoot a few planes down. But bear in mind, I'm in a tier 9 and the cargo's a tier 8. Oh, okay. That hurt. There he is. Okay, we have eyes on the cargo. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go over there and I'm going to sink his ass. Or he's going to kill me while I'm trying to do just that. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Oh. Got another fire. Okay, I'm down to 5k health. But I'm very close now. Real close. So close I can smell him. Okay, he's just around this corner, isn't he? Torps are ready to go. Alright. Speed boost is ready to go. Almost. 4 seconds. Okay, speed boosting. Torps out. Not a lot of point in gunning. Let's hit him with the old French torps. Should be adios muchachos. Yeah. Oh yeah. What a game. What a game. Dev Strike High Caliber. Wow. Okay. I think I like this ship. I think the Orage, which kind of means the word storm in French, is the storm cometh. And that was one hell of a game. Okay, 2 dev strikes. Right. Okay, we got a high caliber. Yeah, 3 ships sunk. Caps. Top of the team, 2,404 XP. That's nice, isn't it? The Minigumo played well. Yeah, you were quite the ghost. Almost got me, actually, with 1 spread of torps. He wasn't actually firing them at me, but I almost blundered into them. So, well played, my man. Well played. 54k on the Kaga. Okay, that was fairly obscene. 53k on the Illinois, who basically peekabooed and got more than he bargained for. 30k on the Duncan. That was an island ambush. And 11,932 on the Minigumo. Okay. Right. 149,910 total. 135,000 of that was torpedoes. 60,000 to aircraft. Yeah, the AA isn't bad. Okay, we got the 20% on, so how many credits did we make? 403,700 credits. All right. And I've got the 800% flag on because I'm grinding the Cassard, and I made 37,886 research. Right. Let's go to port and let's have a look at the build. Right, so there's some matches in the Orage, the new Tier 9 French torpedo boat, which, yeah, could be seen as a hybrid. You could build for guns with this ship. I built for torpedoes. I'll show you what I was running there. In slot 1 I had main armors modification 1, and then in slot 2, to improve the already pretty damn good engine boost, I gave it engine boost modification 1. That gives you almost 2 minutes, around 2 minutes of maximum speed plus 30%. What's that mean? With the speed flag, you're looking at about 46 knots, which is very welcome for a couple of minutes, and you get 5 of them. What's the cooldown on those? Let's see, 85 seconds. So every 85 seconds for 2 minutes, you can go at 46 knots. Very useful. So we had propulsion modification 1 in slot 4 for jinking, and then concealment system modification 1 in slot 5. Now, some preferences to be made here. You could lose this if you wanted to build for guns and go for aiming system modification 1, because she has the same guns as the Marceau, although I would say that the shell arcs are a bit more manageable than the Marceaus. The Marceaus can be a little bit of a handful. These are actually quite relaxed shell arcs, and so you could go for aiming system modification 1, and I guess you could then increase the main battery reload time by 12% and go with main battery modification 3. However, I've gone full torpedo build here. Full torpedo build. Right, okay, so the captain, this is kind of hybrid. It is a torpedo build, as you can see, but I've put some points into main battery and AA specialist too to improve the gun reload, so you get quite a bit out of the guns doing that. So this is my recommended build. If you were going to build into guns, I'm not so sure that anything else really matters. The torps are good, so I would still probably stick with this build, although I guess if you wanted to do open water gunboating in her, you could take Fearless Brawler instead of Swift Fish and fill the tubes, and then I would leave you a point left over to put in, say, Consumer Specialist, maybe, or increasing the flood chance, maybe with Liquidator. That's a possibility. But this is pretty much recommended, and I've found it to be useful. You've got a little bit of everything going on. You can use the very strong torpedoes, and at the same time, you do have a little bit left over for gun DPM. So 4.1 second reload time with this build, to give you some idea. Okay, so how many hit points do you get with this ship? You get 21,250. The concealment value, get it down to 6 kilometers with Concealment Expert, so that's pretty good. It's not great, but it's not crap. It's kind of okay. Maneuverability-wise, she has a max speed of 35.7 knots, which isn't so great. But because she gets the French speed boost, when that's going, she can get up to 46 knots, as previously mentioned. A turning circle isn't terrible, it's 620 meters, and the rudder shift is 4.2 seconds, which is okay. It's not the best, it's not the worst. You can usually use your speed boost to get you out of trouble, though, if you need to. AA-wise, pretty average, really fair there with a value of 60, so don't expect to be shooting planes down right, left, and center, but they're passable. She has depth charges. They do 3k damage maximum each. Number of charges 2, bombs in a charge 8, so you get 8 depth charges per charge. Not bad. Reload time of 40 seconds. The torpedoes are really her bread and butter, which is why I've built into them. They've got this crazy French dynamic where they do the same damage really as Shima torps, up to 7 kilometers. So if you could launch them at close by targets or ships that are moving from 8 or 9 kilometers into your 7 kilometer window, you'll get 23,400 out of them. And they do a speed of 77 knots with this build, and they have a detect of only 1.5 kilometers. I've had some success with them. They are pretty strong. Torpedo reload time with this build is 91.8 seconds, which is not the best, but again, it's not the worst. It's okay. It's okay. And there are those guns I was talking about, the basic Marceau guns, but I've already covered that. They didn't mention the fire chance. The fire chance on these guns is 7%. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Thank you.